So yeah, in this video I just wanted to, I guess, nerd out a little bit and oh yeah, what's that? It's just a sock. Nerd out a little bit and just like talk about some ESL stuff, because my channel originally was just going to be about ESL, and then I guess I have gone off and stored a lot of music there and shared it with one or two people, but yeah, I wanted this to be an ESL channel, and yeah, you've clicked on this video, so I just yeah, I'll get into it. So this book, Language Files, is like very much, it's like changed my approach to teaching, and it's also changed my approach to learning languages as well. It might sound a bit, well, it does sound a bit ridiculous, like it's cringy to think about now, but when I first started teaching English, I used to think like, before that actually, before I started teaching English, I used to think like, why can't people speak English? Like, I didn't know anything about the language, so, and about language learning. So this is like where I'm coming from, and I'm being very honest about that. Like, I'm not pretending to be an expert. Nobody's born an expert. So if you meet somebody who proclaims to be a natural born expert, they're just self-deceiving. They're lying to themselves. I was not an exception. I just had these really silly ideas about language, and it was just like from my own thought processes, like, and it wasn't informed by any reading or study. So I think that if we're all honest, like if we reflect, we've certainly had those kinds of thoughts, and we can look back on them from the heights of knowledge and sort of think, well, that was just really really silly what I used to think about this, or what I used to think about that. And like, I know that my CELTA video caused a little bit of controversy because the CELTA is something that's regarded as being very important. I feel like I should just say, like, I wish I'd said that in the video back then, but I guess I didn't understand as well as I do now what I really think about that. And like, what I would add to that is that my study for the CELTA, not the certificate itself, which is over there, but the study for the CELTA gave me a lot of insight into language, and taught me, like, I taught myself through preparing for the CELTA about lots of things that are important and that have made me a better teacher. Because if you're going to teach a language, you should know what a verb is, you should know what a noun is, you should know what a tense is, and you should know what, like, I could go on and on and on. You know, you should know what a determiner is, you should know what a pronoun is, and etc. So studying for the CELTA really helped me a lot, and studying for the Delta, even though I don't have the Delta yet, I hope I can get it one day, but I don't have it yet. Studying for the Delta has helped me a lot, and this book here, Language Files, has helped me a lot. And I haven't read all of this book. Like, where am I up to? I'm up to page, I keep a page, I use pages as bookmarkers now. I use pieces of paper. Yeah, I'm up to page 205. Yeah, so I have read a bit of it, but I'm reading it very slowly, and a couple of pages a day. I could read it faster. I'm just being lazy, but this book has really helped me so much, and I'll leave the full title in the video description. It's by the Department of Linguistics at the Ohio State University, and I guess it's a very kind of like workbook, because there's a lot of I don't want to offend anybody, but there's the regular chapter, and then they've sort of added on these extensions about how it impacts people who might have some hearing loss as well. So yeah, I mean, people do have hearing loss, and it's important to include them, but this book would probably be like 20% of what what it is if it wasn't for all of that that's been added about sign language and stuff. But I mean, it sounds like I'm actually, you know, denigrating those people. But apart from that, this book is like just fantastic, and it just covers everything. So if you've done your CELTA and you're thinking like, I want to learn more about language, but I don't know which book to choose, this book is the book. And yeah, like I said, this book has changed my thinking about language a lot. Like it really does seem a bit silly, but a word like unemployment, you know, which is probably, yeah, it's related to why I'm teaching ESL, because I didn't like unemployment. But yeah, a word like unemployment, like it's made up of little words at the front and the back of it that create all of this meaning. And these things are covered in this book, and it compares English to lots of other languages, like so many, like you name it, like German, Farsi, whatever. It's a really interesting book in that sense too, because it sort of explains how other languages, how other languages operate as well. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So I think that it's like a lot of education, I guess. Like, you might not ever use like what you learn in school or you learn in university or you learn in college explicitly, but the whole process of going to college, or the whole what you study, the way it changes your thinking, is a mysterious and very powerful process that people experience. And yeah, like, to repeat myself, this book is an absolute classic. I think it's required reading for all linguistics courses, but it's so accessible, and the way that it's designed is really incredible, because it's broken up into these very readable chapters that you can just read in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and that's like a whole piece of information. That's all you need. There's not a lot of wasted material in this book. It's really efficient, the way that it's done. And yeah, I really feel like these textbook writers are brilliant people. They're not yeah, they're getting better and better, and the attention span of my attention span is just like completely linked to this book. I mean, I can read like a section and I've had enough, and I can just stop. And yeah, but look, the more you know about something, like whether it be life or teaching or whatever, the better off you are. Like, you could never say that you're better off with less knowledge or better off with less information. It's like money, you're always better off with more. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, just nerd out a little bit. I will hopefully finish reading this book this year, but you know what, I might just read it again. I might just start reading it again afterwards, because yeah, like it's still got a lot to. I could read back what I've already read, and I could learn a lot more. And yeah, the other thing that studying gives you, it gives you I guess a professional outlook, because it's very easy to sort of think like your work is about relationships, but when you're an English teacher, your work is it is about relationships. Of course it is. Language learning is a social process, but it's also about the language. And yeah, like, if you can have a better understanding about what English actually is, you can potentially like help other people to learn a bit better. Like, there's no point thinking that all of English language teaching is just about having a big chat. You can also sort of give students insights like, well, look, yeah, there are a lot of these little things you put on the front and the back of the words, but the good thing is that you know one word, like employed, you know several words. You know employment, you know implying, you know employed, you know unemployment, you know unemployable, you know employable. So you know like 6 or 7 words. So that's the positive That's the positive thing about it. But yeah, anyway, hope everybody's well.